media tonight having a field day, hammering Donald Trump Jr. for allegedly meeting with a Russian lawyer to collect damaging information on then candidate Hillary Clinton. And of course, today he released some emails that indicated he may have been looking for some information on Hillary Clinton. But here's the thing. Here's what you need to know. The same media turned an absolute blind eye when a DNC staffer and a Clinton campaign ally relied on Ukrainian government officials to dig up dirt on the Donald Trump campaign. Joining me to discuss the double standard, Fox News contributor Deroy Murdock and former chief of staff for Senator Mike Lee, Boyd Matheson. Boyd, I'm going to start with you. Walk us through it. It sounds like there were a series of meetings, and someone who was working for the DNC was trying to find out anything they could on Donald Trump's campaign people. What happened?
So I think it's some pretty interesting selective amnesia going on in the media and on the left, that they're forgetting that this really is how political campaigns roam. They're always looking for that silver bullet, that little thing. So they're constantly meeting with people from all types of backgrounds who promise that they have this one piece that's going to turn the campaign on its ear. And I think that's all this was for the most part. Now, certainly we should play it out and see if there's anything more. But I do think it's a pretty strong and pretty confident statement by Donald Trump Jr. to come out now to say, yep, here it is. Nothing to hide, nothing to show. But this is part of the campaign process. And again, every campaign's looking for a silver bullet. The left certainly was, and they seem to be losing the memory there just a little bit.
This is the reason why nobody wants to go into politics, is it not? I mean, Deroy, they look and they look and they look, and in this particular case, you had someone named Alexandra Chalupa who was working with Ukrainian government officials and journalists, according to these reports, from both the Ukraine and the U.S. in order to dig up Russia-related opposition research connected to Donald Trump and Paul Manafort.
Yeah,
Same kind of thing?
Well, much worse.
Worse?
Yes. Well, all we know based on the emails that came out from Donald Trump Jr. is that they had an emails exchange, 20-minute meeting. It didn't add up to anything. End of story. Here in this story, which Politico put out, which is not exactly a right-wing news source, it wasn't just a meeting. It was multiple meetings, exchange of information. We have this Andrei Tilishenko, former Ukrainian embassy officer, saying, quote, that the embassy worked very closely with Chalupa, a DNC operative. So this isn't just a meeting and an end. There's ongoing cooperation, ongoing assistance. You might even use the word collusion.
Imagine that.
Imagine that.
And yet the media, Boyd, really didn't report much on that, is still not reporting much on this.
Yeah, to me, this is more distraction and trying to shift the attention from the things that we really need to get down to as a country. It's much easier and much more entertaining for the left-wing media to go through and turn this into some sort of collusion, something that can be,
impeachable. But it's not just entertainment, right, Boyd? I mean, unfortunately, I wish it were just entertainment. I wish it was just about ratings and that was it. But this is about something much bigger, in that there are people that do not want this president to have the position that he has. And so they are going to do whatever it takes. They have the answer, right? They just need to basically solve for that answer. And any little drip or drab along the way that contributes in some way, shape, or form, even if it's just a bunch of things that don't entirely add up, they're going to go with it because they want to solve the equation today and get rid of them.
Yeah, that's right. And that's just not going to happen. And I think the most important thing for the administration to do is to pivot away, to pivot to the agenda, to get to the things that got President Trump elected to begin with, to talk about in all of these things. Let's talk about the forgotten men and women of America and getting down to that agenda, rather than letting these little dribs and drabs, as you said, Trish, distract from the thing that is most important to the American people. Maybe not to the media elite and maybe not to the Washington elite, but we've got to get down left and right to the agenda that actually got Donald Trump elected to begin with.
And I'll just say this before I let you guys go, but here's the problem. If this economy succeeds, if Americans actually find themselves in a more prosperous place, then guess what? The left, it has no more agenda. Its whole resist agenda disintegrates on the spot. And so there is a selfishness there to every single one of them where they don't actually want to see success. And that's truly troubling. Thank you so much, guys. Good to have you here. Tonight, Donald Trump Jr. is sitting down for an